unofficial Universal Orlando podcast is a member of the Mice Chat Podcast Network. MicePod.com. Now, discover the universe, one theme park at a time.
Greetings, Universal fans. It's time for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, discovering more about the Universal Orlando Resort, as well as Universal Studios Hollywood, Japan, and Singapore.
Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 102 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. I'm your host, Lee. The show is brought to you in association with MiceChat.com and sponsored by Fairy Godmother Travel and the Producers Club. Joining me for this episode are Tracey.
Hello.
And Darren.
What's up, Internet?
Darren's high on coffee. Believe it or not, we are going to talk more about Diagon Alley.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, we've spoken to many people on the show already who visited the new area, Universal Studios Florida. We've spoken to the Today Show winner, Katie Rogers, and we've spoken to Jim Hill and our very own Jesse Smith, who doesn't like sausage. But there are actually people who we should have spoken to about it by now, but haven't, because only up until recently they hadn't been.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, one of them, Hunter's not here, he hasn't been either, and he lives down the road.
He won't get there till Christmas.
He doesn't want to go there yet, I don't think, and I kind of don't blame him. Anyway, joining myself, Tracey and Darren on the show tonight are our on-location reporter, Mr. Gregory.
Hello, Internet.
And someone very nervously sitting in the corner, Darren's lovely girlfriend, Miss Nina Thompson.
Hi, everybody.
Oh.
Hi, Nina.
Hi, Nina.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody, to this Diagon Alley Roundtable.
Square table.
Square
That's
table,
what we said
yes,
last
did.
episode. Square table. We have to think outside the box of the table.
So, as everyone knows, the area opened on July 8th.
Yep.
Gregory, you were there opening day. We will get there because that's crazy.
Brave man.
Darren,
Talk about it
Gregory,
shortly.
how many times have you been there so far?
Let's see. I was there a couple soft days, and I've probably been 6 times. A lot. I've been there a lot.
Darren, how many times have you been?
2 times during sauce and then 2 times during regular, so 4 total.
Okay. Nina, how many times have you been?
Way too many. I think about 8.
Yeah.
Tracey,
I
how
should
many...
say, Nina lives right by there.
Yeah, like 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
Boo. Tracey, how many times have you been?
I haven't been any times because I've got a very tight husband.
We've been vicariously through all the people we've talked to, but never actually been ourselves.
Yes. Soon. Well, it's not really soon.
So where shall we start?
At the beginning.
Gregory, well, let's talk about...
We really should talk about that at the beginning. Like, as soon as you walk in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what were you saying in your head the first time you walked in?
So I was there, luckily, I was there every odd time I had off. But I was there. I knew there was a chance of softs. I think, it's hard because they all blend together. But I was there, and it was the first day of softs. And luckily, I was one of the first 20 people in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was with Megan, who we've had on the show. And I was the first time I walked through, I think I hugged Ferris, who's one of the entertainment managers, because I was like, thank you. But then, after I actually made it through the bricks, I actually started crying a little bit because for the last almost 3 years, you've seen this come together slowly in fact, it takes 3 years, but it's been really fast as far as theme park projects go.
Mm-hmm.
And when you haven't seen it, even though you've seen pictures, you haven't seen it because the facade's in the way, and before that, the construction fences, you couldn't see it. Like, you can see it when you walk through the wall, and everything becomes 100% real. And as we were coming in, of course, team members were lined up both sides of the street, and they're all watching us as intensely, because it's our first reaction. It's just like many of the team members I've heard the first time they walked in. It's an emotional moment. But Universal's pretty smart because they built the train the false train bridge, so that the first thing you have to do when you walk in and you want to get that picture is you have to move forward.
So that's a good idea because it stops. I think, Darren, you've talked about it, haven't you, that people will be clogging that entrance, and now to get that picture, you have to move out of the entrance to get it.
That's a great idea.
Yep, and if you don't, they encourage you to do so anyway.
Yes. So there's not a big cluster that, like, the most amazing thing is how they've thought out every part of where you'll be walking, and there's not a lot of places where people just kind of congregate.
That's good.
Unless it's a larger area like Carket.
Yeah. So, Nina, the first time you walked, when was the first time you went then, Nina?
I'm not even sure anymore. I think it was
the weekend before soft openings. The weekend before it actually opened. It's the first time we went.
So, what was your thought going in? Because you're quite a big Potter fan, aren't you, Nina?
Yeah, I am. But they do have a line. That was kind of the sucky part, because we actually had to get into a line and wait to get into the London area, and then finally, when you do get to turn the corner and past the bricks, and they actually have like a sound effects to sound like the bricks are actually moving. Yeah. And as soon as you see, it's the dragon that just takes your breath away. And you get goosebumps and you cry and you just can't. It's overwhelming.
Oh my God, I'm going to be a mess.
You're going to be a mess, yes. You are.
I'm going to take out shares and Kleenex.
Oh, it was bad enough going into Hogsmeade last time.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait.
I suppose I was the manliest out of three, so because I didn't actually cry.
Right.
But my jaw was on the floor. Yeah. It's just, it's amazing. It's unbelievable.
That's my favorite thing, actually, now. Whenever I go, I'll actually take about 10 minutes to stand there by the Leaky Cauldron, because the Leaky Cauldron exit is right by the entrance to Diagon Alley, so I'll just watch everybody, their first reactions. Oh, it's amazing. It's like reliving it over and over. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm.
So you don't actually go through the Leaky Cauldron into Diagon Alley then? Or?
No,
there's like a door that looks like you could go into the Leaky Cauldron right there, but you don't actually get to go in until you enter Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
Kind of like in the books, you know how they says that you can't actually read the sign until you're up close? They have an effect on the sign where it's like, what does that say? And then when you walk up to it, it says Leaky Cauldron. But it's a false door. You can't actually open it.
Right.
That's cool.
But you can only get to the Leaky Cauldron from inside Diagon Alley.
Correct. Logistics.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Speaking of the dragon, though, can I just say I take back everything I've ever said?
Oh, yes, because you didn't like it, did you, Gregory?
Oh, good.
Story-wise, I don't take back anything I said, but like Darren said, your jaw is just on the floor. Mm-hmm. The detail, even though you saw pictures beforehand of people with zoom lenses and stuff, like just the how massive. That's my one word to describe. Like, is massive. The dragon's massive. The area is massive. Everything is massive.
And when he does that grumble, you feel the floor shake.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Even from inside the bank, when you're waiting in the queue, you feel the rumble, and you're like, "Oh, he's gonna blow," you know.
Oh, that's cool. So we've done moving in. Let's come back out and let's go over and everyone's experience on the Hogwarts Express. So Nina, I know let's go the queue and getting through the brick wall. From what you expected that effect to be, how did it live up to your expectations?
Okay, to the entrance to the 9 3/4, I wasn't really sure how they were going to do that, but it's brilliant. They actually have, it looks like a cart, and they have, like, I guess a screen. I'm not really sure. I haven't had time to actually sit there and figure out how they're doing it. But you can see the people ahead of you in line go through it. So if it's actually pretty calm. The wait's only been about 10 minutes. So when you're going through the line, you can have like a family member or a friend stand there and record you running through the wall or, doing whatever you want, having some fun. Mm-hmm. But it's really, 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 really cool.
Yeah, it's an open enough area where, like, if people are trying to get by you, they can get by, and you can sit there and take a picture and do whatever you need to.
Well, that's what I was going to say. How does it work then? Because you obviously don't see yourself go through it. So if you want to get a video or a picture of you going through it, how...
Someone's just got to stand on the side and take a video of it.
And not ride, though. Would you have to actually, like, leave the line or the...
No, you can see it from the line.
It's in the line.
Exactly.
I'm saying if you, like, say all of us were going onto the Hogwarts Express...
Yes.
Right. And me and Tracey wanted to get a video. Would you have to come if we were literally all together? Would we?
You're so overthinking.
Would you be able to take a video of us? Because I heard you have to be about 50 people back.
No, like
it's
maybe
probably about like 10.
10, but like people will stop there anyway.
Okay.
So there's usually not people waiting in between because somebody wants to take a video.
Yeah.
So as long as the line isn't like directly a walk-on, it's not a big deal because it's literally as soon as you pass the wall, there's like a full train load of people waiting for the next train.
Yeah.
So there's enough people to kind of make it work where it's not like terrible, where you're not A, holding up the line, but B, you can still wait and get that video they want.
So Darren and Greg, I assume you think the effect's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's a way they could have done it as cool as you want it to be, because like you want to see yourself go through it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks pretty cool seeing other people go through it, and I mean, I kind of imagine like a mist effect, but I think this is as good as they could have done. And it works with the social media aspects because you want people sharing, hey, come see this, it's really cool.
Definitely. I mean, Darren, we've spoke about it, how we thought they would do the effect for a long time on the show. Are you happy with what they've come up with?
Yeah, definitely. Like Greg said, it's the best way they possibly could have handled it. So, other than maybe a video screen inside that kind of shows you, I don't know. That's the only other thing I could think of. It's like if they had like a camera on the effect and then like let you see it as you're walking through as well. But I think that would slow down the line even more with people going back and forth.
The sound effect is cool too.
Okay.
So they do play the sound as you go through, just like the movies.
Oh, cool. And does the team member tell you, best take a run up?
I actually have had one of them tell us that, because there's usually one or two porters. As you get to the top of the stairs, if you didn't know, you have to climb the staircase before you get to platform 9 3/4. And if you kind of say the beginning of that, he'll finish it.
That's cool.
Awesome.
So moving through onto platform 9 3/4, what's that first reveal like, Darren?
It's a train platform. I mean, 9 3/4 itself, if you remember from the movies, the platform itself didn't look incredibly special. It looked like the other ones, just empty.
Yeah.
This one was definitely not empty when we went up there, but yeah, it looks like just like any other train platform at King's Cross. But the of course, a really cool addition that's not in anywhere else is the Hogwarts Express itself.
Now, has that generally been there when you go on, or do you see it back in? Or
the times that I've been there, it's been there.
Right.
But I've seen other ones where people have been waiting for it as well. I mean, it's a moving ride, so.
I think something that needs to be noted is the details. They have luggage like thrown around everywhere, and it's kind of look like it's been worn and used. So it's really, really cool. And also they have, Greg, I'm not sure, is it Hedwig? They actually have like an owl. And okay, so it's Hedwig. And he's like,
cool.
And he's like moving around. So while you're about to get on the train, you get to see him and take pictures. The detail is insane.
I will jump in, by the way. We probably should have done this at the beginning, but we may well be going into spoilers tonight.
What do you reckon?
We'll put that in the title. Hashtag spoilers.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So, Greg, I assume you agree the same then. It's nothing special, really. The special thing is the train.
So you get there, and it's really a crapshoot. The last few times I've been, there's been enough people to where there's kind of there's a line next to the train which divides up into each of the cabins, and then there's also like a switchback queue and that usually fits about one train load between where you come out of the wall effect and where you actually now are lined up for around the luggage and waiting for the next train pull.
Right.
So it's really a crapshoot whether you'll get there and the train's already there, or you get there and it's empty. It is. I mean, you can't not notice that the train backs in. It's just kind of unnecessary. But at first, we kind of thought maybe there'll be two front ends, and you'll only see it the proper way. But just the only way is that it'll back in. But the train whistle is really cool. There's steam coming from every cabin, which is really cool. So like not only the front train, but every cabin behind it has a bunch of steam, and that carries over into when you board. On the screen, there's like steam coming in when you first sit down.
Cool. So moving on to the train itself, who shall we go to this time? Nina. you're probably the biggest Potter fan out of it. Well, arguably.
Well, I don't know.
Well, what did you think of the actual screen effects of the door and the windows?
Okay, mixed review. The screen itself, it's something I've noticed everyone mention. No matter which time I ride, there's always at least one person that always mentions how it's not completely parallel with the window. The side of the screens actually curve, which they should, to kind of make the complete effect.
Yeah.
But the screen doesn't look flat. So when you're looking out, it kind of looks like, well, this looks odd. But at the same time, they're doing what they could with what they had. But the movie itself, if you want to call it a short little movie clip, it's amazing. And then the effects on the door are incredible. I didn't think they were going to do anything like that, because I remember when we were talking about what we thought they were going to do on the train, we never mentioned something like that. So it was a nice surprise. Because, okay, spoiler alert, on the trip to London, you see Ron actually put his head and face against the glass to look in, and then he says, oh, look, a bunch of first years. And then you can actually see his face go from blurry to a lot clearer. So it's just little details like that was amazing. Mm-hmm. And it's just like a simple projection that they're putting against the glass.
Yeah.
That's kind of like foggy. So it was awesome.
Well, spoiler alert, he was the only one who did any work on it.
Well, yeah,
as far as the trio.
You can tell.
Well,
you can tell.
how bad is Hermione's voice, Darren?
God awful. I wanted to throw things at her.
Really? Is it that bad?
Yes.
It sounds like about a 40-year-old woman, first of all.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We
also
called her Faux Miney. Faux Miney.
Oh, wow.
I like it. So, Darren, what did you reckon?
I thought it was really cool. I'm gonna, of course, be the one that's a little bit harsher on it. So here we go. The graphics in the actual video, I think, are not good.
You're crazy. It's amazing.
There's like the effects that they've added in, like the night bus and that kind of thing, look very cartoony and fake against the background.
Yeah, does that look like when they released the videos of little bits of it on the webcast before? Yeah, it looked a bit dodgy back then. I thought, like you said there, Darren, it looked a bit like cartoony CG.
It does, and I don't know if it's the quality of the screens, because they are pretty good quality. I think it's kind of like that effect that happens when things get too HD, like too high definition, like the 4K stuff.
Yeah.
Where stuff there's just no way to hide the CG.
Right.
That was my thought. I don't know if anybody else felt the same way about that, but
go on, Gregory. What did you think?
Okay. Rewatching the series, they did a really good job of how the cabins look. I mean, you don't see them terribly long in the movies, but if you rewatch them now, having written it, you can see all the details are there. They really do look like the cabins that they've gone in. And when you go in, they close the door behind you, and those three windows, they're kind of frosted, and they project on them. You can see the projectors if you really look on the way out.
Don't spoil it.
I'm sorry, hashtag spoilers. But
don't look for the projectors. They're not there. It's real.
Oh, it's all magic. No.
There really are Dementors on the train.
The trio is in front of every cabin magically. Because you're special.
Yeah.
But no, you sit down, and of course, like I mentioned, the steam is coming up, and the screens there. It does look CG, kind of like a cartoon. If you sit in the first seat, that's really the spot you don't want to be in, because the screens, you get too close to them, unless you have like vision problems. You can see the pixels of the screen. So if you sit further back, you can't see the pixels.
So we push the kids up against the window. The kids get in first.
So once you just have to suspend your disbelief on the cartoon being real.
That's disappointing, because it seems to be that the work that they've really put into the door screen seems to be really, really good, and then the windows seem to be a bit like people are like, it's okay, but it's not as good. Like one side's brilliant, the other side, it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, with the screens on the other side, it's like 95% shadows, so it doesn't need to be crisp, because you're supposed to look like the windows are frosted. But on the other screen, once you suspend your disbelief, I really like the story and watching the making of. They composed the music as one full score both ways, so they actually recorded with the orchestra a full score. Now you're going to hear those familiar themes, but it's different.
Okay, that's cool.
And it's really cool because they filmed stuff with Robbie Coltrane, who plays Hagrid, if you didn't know, and then both the Phelps brothers for the way back. And that stuff looks amazing because they actually recorded it in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
So I really love the details. There's a ton of details. We've gone back and forth, but we're really pretty sure there's a TARDIS behind a phone box on the trip from London to Hogsmeade as a little nod to that other famous British series.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. I like the trip back though. Is my favorite.
That's my favorite too.
Right. Yeah. So go on then. Quick round table. Nina, out of 10, Hogwarts Express.
8.5.
Square table.
Darren.
8.5.
I'm gonna give it a solid 7, but it's a great way to get between the parks.
Oh yes.
Much better than walking in front of the Hard Rock.
Oh yeah. Gregory.
That's a tough one. If they improve the screen technology, and I think they could in the future, I'd give it like a 9. As it sits now, like a 7. I'd like to see some more. I'd like the air to get colder when the Dementors come, and supposedly there are leg ticklers in there for some certain effects.
Okay.
That are not in use.
Right. So we could have
see them come forward as well.
Potential future developments.
Definitely.
Yes.
And one extra little detail that's pretty neat. When you're leaving, when you're coming back, and you come back to King's Cross Station and you're walking out, if you happen to have a butterbeer in your hand, they'll be like, "Oh, that's a nice looking root beer" or something like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously a Muggle.
They have no idea. Yeah.
Exactly. And also, if you have your gear on, because I'm Hufflepuff, proud, woohoo. I had my beanie on, and the guy's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Hufflepuff." He's like, "What's Hufflepuff?" Like, that's a secret society. Shh. And then just walked away.
Yeah.
See, I love stuff like that.
Yeah,
They call
really...
the Ollivanders wand bags wine bags because they do kind of look that way.
Yeah, they do.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then one quick little detail. They've got a perfume ad that's that what you see when you're coming through King's Cross, and that perfume ad is the same perfume ad that Harry and Dumbledore stand in front of in one of the movies, where Harry's deciding, his ultimate fate. So it's really cool, and a lot of people walk by it. So make sure you take a look and take notice of that.
That was about the only thing I had to say about it. I'll just go back to my corner.
And one more, it's always something else because it's in certain times you'll find that they've hired street performers to kind of look like, how they'll have like a guitar player or a sax player in the
Yes,
trains.
a busker. They're called a busker.
And they'll have them there playing with their little hat like they're asking for money, which they're not. And it's just really cool. And it's really cold to mimic.
Yes, the AC is very nice.
Oh, that's good. That feels. It just need to rain and have people.
Yeah, which it has for the first few weeks of opening, so that was very authentic.
Homeless people. So moving into Diagon Alley, we'll cover the rest of it later. I think we need to go, because it's something we haven't really covered on the show yet, is Gringotts.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Now, Gregory, I know you were there first day. How long did you queue and not get on it for the first time?
Well, spoiler alert, yes, I did not ride the first day.
Greg on Gringotts.
Correct. So, unfortunately, I do have a job which does not have a steady schedule. Sometimes I'm working in the morning, sometimes working in the evening, and I could not get Tuesday off like I wanted to, but they gave me the morning shift so I would, be able to go. I'm checking Twitter, see, and it looked bad at first because the team members, as we know now, were kind of exaggerating the wait to get in to Diagon Alley. They were telling people, hey, the line to get in is 6 hours. And it wasn't. It was, 1 to 2.
Right.
But seeing Twitter, and that's the news they're putting out, like 6 hours. But luckily, I was talking with Seth Kaversky, and they had people going through and timing it. So he's like, yeah, people are getting through in less than 2 hours, and it's getting shorter. And then as soon as I was getting home, I got a message, hey, they're doing return tickets. And I got one. And so basically, Seth was leaving and had a return ticket, and I was coming. So he gave me a return ticket. And so even though by the time I got there, return tickets were still kind of relatively soon, I was able to skip any waiting and go right into Diagon Alley. So this was about 3:30 by the time I got in.
Again, it shows you it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
Friends in high places.
So thanks to Seth for passing that off as he was leaving. So 3:30, I get in line, and because single riders close, but even though I didn't want to go through single riders the first day,
No.
because the single rider A skips the whole queue, and B, he also skips the photo op. I wanted to get a lanyard with the opening date on it.
I understand that.
Oh, yes.
And you can't, I guess you could with your own means maybe change it, but as far as the parks are concerned, the day you print it is the date it has on it. Even if you're printing a previous day's photo, it will have the day you print it on it. So I wanted that. So we got in line. The opening day, we knew there was going to be a lot of downtime because they hadn't opened it up for more than the previews, the exclusive previews for the package holders. So it hadn't run consecutively for more than a few hours at most. So we knew going in there's going to be a lot of downtime. Luckily, they weren't closing the line. They just kind of threw a bunch of minutes up there, and if it kept up consistently, they would knock the minutes down a little bit. But when I got in, the guy said, hey, the ride's down right now, but it's going to be about 6 hours. I said, okay, 6 hours.
6 hours, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. But they were handing out water, and they were also selling like sandwiches and things.
You said you got free water.
Yes, they were giving out this Nestle water. So,
did you see? This is a question I want to ask. In a 6 hour line, what happens if you need to go to the toilet halfway through?
Most of the wait was spent in the extended queue, so it was pretty easy to get in and out of line. And you could just kind of go into the extended queue, find where your people were in line, and get in. What I heard they started doing later was issuing these little kind of coupon tickets if you needed to leave the line, and that would let the person at the front know, hey, they do have a party in line. They're not just trying to skip it.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I saw that.
We eased up, little by little by little. I think a lot of the line movement was honestly people giving up more than the ride working. But we made it into the bank after about 3 hours. And it continued to go up and down. But we were able to make it through the entire queue that day. So I got to see the whole pre-show.
Woo!
Yes, it's an accomplishment, I guess. But it is really cool, and of course you won't be looking at it as long as I did, hopefully. But you get to see the goblins coming up and down. You get to see, you go through Bill Weasley's office, and then you go through the elevators, which are amazing, and then you get to the spiral staircase, which for me was the end of my trip. And after 6 hours, actually six and some change, we saw them start pulling the glasses from the holder, and that's kind of when we knew.
What did they actually say then?
It was the unfortunate job of a team member to come through and say, unfortunately, the ride will not be coming up for the rest of tonight, and that was at about 9:30, so the park wasn't even closed yet, but they knew that they weren't going to be able to get it up for many hours, and I'd imagine there was probably 5 hours worth of people behind us.
So there's all them team members out the back with straws going, you can get the short one. I am not going out there and telling them it's like...
Especially the people at the front of the line, that had been waiting the longest.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Quick go, Greg. When you went back the next day, how long did you queue? Because you got a return time ticket, didn't you?
Return time ticket. The return queue is also the queue if you have a disability pass. So
okay.
This queue goes next to the queue in the main hallway with the goblins. the main queue has a bunch of switchbacks. This one doesn't. And you go through, and then you go to the security badges, and then into the pre-show. So total, the ride was operational, I think, the whole time. I waited less than 20 minutes, including pre-shows.
Nice. After 6 and a bit hours.
Yes.
Diagon Alley is now open at Universal Studios Florida, and we know all you witches and wizards can't wait to visit. So let our friends at Fairy Godmother Travel deal with the muggles in resort reservations. They are a Universal Parks and Resorts specialist, as well as an authorised Disney vacation planner, and their service is free to you. From the new Cabana Bay Hotel to those other hotels run by a mouse, Fairy Godmother Travel can book all your Orlando vacation needs. And make sure to let them know you heard about them because of UUOP. Because every UUOP referral helps us continue to bring you the best Universal coverage. Contact them today by phone at 832-284-4002 or toll free on 888-939-642539 or go to fairygodmothertravel.com. Let Fairy Godmother Travel make your next vacation magical.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
Darren, how long did you queue for the first time?
We did 3 hours. So decidedly less. And another interesting thing about the extended queue, you had to bring all your bags with you to walk through the extended queue. Once you got to inside the bank area, that's when they were giving out those tickets as well to leave the queue and go to the lockers because they didn't want lockers bunched up for 3 or 4 hours.
That system's genius compared to Forbidden Journey and having to deal with that hassle. It really does. They just tell you one person from your party take all your stuff and
What a
then
brilliant
bring the
idea.
ticket back. Yeah, it's genius.
But they ran into some other problems with it though, and we saw when we were sitting out front waiting for Single Rider to open uneventfully the second time we went, was that if your items were too big for your locker, you were kind of SOL.
Yep.
So like somebody had to sit there and hold all the items while everybody else went through the line. So they didn't know until they had waited through 2 of the 3 hours that your stuff's not going to fit in that tiny locker. So
Ooh.
that was a little downfall to that, but other than that, I mean, it was definitely the best idea they could come up with.
Did you two ride it together at the first time, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you both queued you at 3 hours.
Yep. And then the other 2 times were just over an hour, which is funny because it said both times 180 minutes, and it only took me probably 70.
Okay.
On and off 70 minutes. So I feel like they're just giving an arbitrary number just to kind of dissuade people from not really want to ride it or stand in line. But I know that the single riders constantly close down because they're at max capacity. And at one point, when I walked the third time I went on Gringotts, the guy at the front said, "No, just do the normal line. Trust me, you'll be a lot longer in the single rider line."
So that's crazy, isn't it? Really, the single rider line's longer than the.
Yeah, because people think I don't want to wait 5 hours when it's actually just 2 hours. They're just giving, I think, an incorrect number.
And the load times were the time we went through that we waited 3 hours. The load times on the cars were long enough to where they could pick through the line and say, okay, we've got a 2-person, we need a 3-person party. Where's the 3-person party? And pull them up. So and when they do that kind of thing, the single rider line sits and waits. Okay. So.
But just as recently, now they have both sides open. So they have kind of like on Mummy, how they have cars to the left, cars to the right. They didn't have both sides open.
With you. Sorry.
But now they do. So it seems to be working well.
Right. So let's break the ride down into queue and ride. We'll get onto the ride in a minute. Overall, marks out of 10 and a quick response. What did you think of the queue, Darren?
Outside 3, inside 10.
What was your favourite part? How compare it to, because it's obviously a different beast from Forbidden Journey, because Forbidden Journey's a conga line going through stuff, whereas this seems to be more like little show scenes, like little mini pre-shows as you go through, rather than walking through.
Right. Well, I mean, the initial when you walk into the bank itself with the tellers and everything there, it's amazing. That's an incredible room. And then moving on to the video screens, those are also really neat, but they don't capture exactly the same essence that you first get when you're walking in with the 20-foot chandeliers and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Nina.
Has to be the elevator because right after you do get your little, what is it, the security badge, which is where you take your photo and you're walking, getting ready to get into the like individual lines for the elevator. They have kind of like these projections on the side where I guess you're supposed to hear. I'm not really sure because it's just so loud. They have the music and the sound effects and everyone, talking, and you can't really actually hear it at all. So I think that's something they need to improve because if it's something that's really crucial and part of the experience, I couldn't hear it. The only thing I could hear was the part where you go into the room. It was William. Was it at William's office?
Bill.
I don't know.
Bill.
Oh, it's Bill. I'm sorry.
He is called William, but Bill's
Sunday
short.
name.
That's right. You're giving him his Sunday name.
I'll go into that part Nina's talking about when I talk about it.
Yeah, because I couldn't hear that one either. It was just so full of people.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
No.
So out of 10, Nina, what would you make of the queue part of the ride at least?
Initially, I'd say a 4, 5, but the elevator and now it'd be like a 7.
Okay.
The elevator's my favorite part.
Do you prefer Forbidden Journey's queue over Gringotts then?
Yes. But just the queue, not the ride.
Yeah. Okay, we haven't
We'll
got
get
there. Ah, we will. Gregory.
Okay, I'm not going to take into account, the massive amount of time I spent in each room because of breakdowns, but I really like the queue for Gringotts. I give it a solid 7. The detail's amazing. Those chandeliers are massive. Until you see them, even pictures don't do it justice. And there's like 3 of them. So that's really cool. The moving paintings of the goblins are done really well, and they, even better than the Forbidden Journey queue.
Really?
There's like newspapers thrown about in the last bit of the security office, and they're near flawless. I mean, you can't tell like you can in Forbidden Journey. Go, oh, there's the screen. There's the art around the screen, flawless. And then there's the screens that Nina was talking about. Now, what's supposed to be happening is the trio is taking the Polyjuice potion and transforming, and then getting onto their tour of trying to get the Horcrux.
Right.
But you can't hear any of it. None of it.
Are you supposed to or not?
You're supposed to.
I
There
guess
is
so.
audio that you can make out that there's audio, but you can't hear any of it. And it just needs to be louder.
Right, well, I'm going to say then, if anybody has the same experience that Darren, Nina, and Gregory have had on it, go to guest services and mention it, because obviously, if they don't know it's going on, then potentially they can't fix it. So maybe mention it to a guest services or a team member or whatever, and let's,
But my first time going into the elevators, the team member that's kind of waiting there, I guess to open the doors, or I don't know. But there's a goblin that's going to give you the safety spiel. When you walk in, he's not moving. So he knows the timing, or he initiates the timing, one of the two. And so he goes, "Wake up, goblin," and slams on the table. And then the goblin started talking, so it was amazing.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the rest of the queue, there's a staircase, which is kind of dumb, because
Yeah.
you just went down 9 miles.
To go back up.
Yeah,
And then you go back up.
I think it was Jim
But-
mentioned that.
Other than that, no, I love the queue, and if they make that little change with some more audio, I'd get it. I'd like it better than Forbidden Journey,
Right.
because you catch the whole story.
Yeah.
You don't come in the middle of a speech. You don't leave at the beginning of a speech.
yeah.
It's fluent.
Never considered it that way. Cool.
But let's really quick. When they dump you out of the elevators,
Ugh.
dump you into a pit, a mass of humanity.
Yes.
Yes.
Both elevators just open, and everybody runs out, and they're trying to get to the glasses,
Such
a
which are only on the
free-for-all.
left side of the wall.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Is it anything like the Haunted Mansion at Magic Kingdom?
Exactly.
Worse.
That's what I thought of. Yeah, worse because you got to get glasses.
Because you have to get those glasses. If you don't get the glasses, you're stuck there. At least with Haunted Mansion, you can move
Yes.
forward.
Yeah, but it's still, I hate, because everyone's like, I must get on that ride before everybody else because my life depends on it.
Correct.
Because you've waited for 6 hours, another couple of minutes isn't going to make all the difference.
Right.
So moving on to the ride itself, who should we go with next? Darren.
Yes.
Now you abstained from letting us know what you thought about this on episode 100 when we briefly talked about it. Now you can talk about it.
Oh.
Okay. I hear Nina sigh there.
That's
I've only been on
good.
one time, so I have the least experience out of everybody here.
Okay.
Well, except for you guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks for
Just
that.
rub that in. That's okay.
I have to say,
Don't break my heart, Darren. Don't break
it was
my heart.
good.
He's
It was-
allowed his opinion.
It's a good ride. It just didn't. It didn't meet my expectations.
You crushed me.
Right. In
What
what way?
There's a couple of parts that I just feel like maybe it's the technical timing. Maybe they need to get the kinks out. But like, for example, like the first time Bellatrix shows up on screen and hits your vehicle with a bolt. The bolt kind of hits like 3 feet off to the side.
You're splitting hairs. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You go
I'm
for
sorry.
it, girl.
It's not us having a
I
domestic.
was just so excited. It's my favorite part.
Oh.
I've been so excited.
Yeah. So
This
I
is
mean,
the problem
there's
with
stuff
Darren
like
being
that.
on the podcast, that he sees things from a bit of a different point of view than the usual theme park fan.
Exactly.
Right. Like there were things like that, and then like as I was writing through the first time, I didn't feel like it had a very cohesive storyline. Now I've watched a couple of videos afterwards and finally understand.
Exactly.
1 second, I finally understand what people were talking about, and that is, I mean, it's taking place during a scene in the movie, like from a different angle, which I understand. I just think that they were able to clear out Bellatrix and Voldy a little bit too quickly and too conveniently. I just thought, like, yeah, I'd like to see more. I'd like to have seen more of them, more action with it. But all in all, the ride technology I feel is amazing, and if they can incorporate this in other things, they've got a winner on their hands with that.
So you prefer Forbidden Journey over the... Is Forbidden Journey still your favourite ride at the parks then?
Forbidden Journey wasn't my favorite ride at the park to begin with.
I thought it was.
Transformers is.
Ugh. Transformers.
Yeah.
He's entitled to his opinion, Lee.
Nina,
Jeez.
please get me out of this. What did you think of it?
What I get it like for rides, what I'm interested in is the actual technology. So that's why I love like Mummy so much, because you roll back, you spin around, there's like a coaster aspect. So this ride, spoiler alert, okay, there's a coaster aspect, you have the 3D. Right at the beginning with Bellatrix when she's trying to like shush you away, the whole entire there's actually 2 cars and it seats 24 people at a time, which is amazing. And any seat is a good view, by the way.
That's
so don't
good.
be so
Good to
worried
know.
about getting the front. I actually prefer not the front. But right there at the beginning, it tilts. Like the whole track tilts up in the air. I don't know at what angle. It's insane. Like 45-degree angle. And into the darkness, you kind of start rolling around. And then all of a sudden, your car starts spinning. You're like, what is going on? And you have these giant trolls that kind of... Not trolls. What are they?
Yes,
Yeah, trolls. Yeah.
Okay, good. They're trolls that kind of keep watching the bank. They grab your car and they start spinning you like to toss you away because they're taking over the bank. Or I'm not really sure what's going on in this story. Just like sometimes I get a little lost, but the trolls grab a hold of your car and they start spinning you. So you're like, what's going on? This is a coaster, but I'm spinning. And then while you're riding around, you'll see the car that was behind you is now in front of you, but next to you, and it's just, I love it. That's just because of that. I love it more than Forbidden Journey.
Was Forbidden Journey your favourite ride before this?
No. Mummy. Always. Mummy. Mummy, mummy, mummy.
Now, is this better than The Mummy?
No, it's still the Mummy.
Okay.
I just really loved it. Like, I was crying. As soon as we got off, we were clapping, and I was crying, and Darren's there all, like, pouty. I'm like, no, it was amazing. Amazing.
The problem is Darren's been on the podcast for like 3 years, and we've talked about it pretty much every week for the last 3
That's true.
years. And what his expectations were, yeah, I can understand that. Gregory, go on then.
Okay, so luckily my first ride through was flawless. It didn't break down. That wasn't true for most of my rides. So it starts with a very quick kind of couple turns that you're not really expecting, because it feels like the beginning of Mummy, where you come around a corner, there's a track switch depending on the side, and then you go. But Mummy goes slow, and this just takes off, and the music kicks in, and I love it. So the alarm starts sounding off because there's imposters in Gringotts, and Bellatrix thinks you're the imposters. So she does something, and you go away. And that track switch is really cool because you're going from a higher track to a lower track with the teeter-totter. And if you're in the back, that puts you even higher than you started,
so that's
because
cool.
the back of it lifts up. So if you're in the back, you actually get the most effect. Whereas if you're in the front, I think the front is still the best view of either car, because there's points in front of the screens where you're both facing the screen. But the back, as far as coaster elements, is the best.
That's good to know. So you can literally ride it in 2 different places and get 2 different experiences.
Yeah, and plus with there being a front car and a back car, and each one's kind of different, because you'll stay in a scene slightly longer as the back car, where you're kind of left that scene already as the front car.
Okay.
So yeah, and then there's so many details that are real that I don't think people even realize, because they're so focused on what's happening on the screen. Those massive caverns, there's literal doors of bank vaults that are real. There's false track that is supposed to be like the track that you see the trio on.
Okay.
On the screen, and in the next scene you kind of see it above you coming through the thief's downfall. And it's I love it. And then the fact that there's angles, the track angles down in certain scenes, because you're at one point you're falling, seems to happen in every 3D ride. But the cars don't angle like they do on Transformers. The whole track angles down, because you're locked in place. So there's just things in this ride that you don't expect to feel when you board a cart that looks surprisingly like the Mummy carts.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, oh, I know exactly what this is going to be like, and you do not know exactly what this is going to be like.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So where would you put this in your top rides then, Gregory?
Escape from Gringotts is now my favorite ride. Previously to this, it was Spider-Man. So I think this is more Spider-Man than Mummy. And I think a lot of people will agree. So that's why I put this one at the top.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, very good. Right, we are getting on a bit, so we need to get focused on Diagon Alley a bit more. Who shall we go to next? Nina, just a brief one, because you've spent a hell of a lot of time in Diagon Alley.
Yep.
What would you say was your favourite thing inside the area, outside of obviously the 2 rides?
It would have to be the costumes. I think the detail and the costumes that the team members have in every single little store or area, it's really, 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 really cool. Especially Nocturne Alley. It's very witchy and dark, and then you'll have the street vendors just selling water or pumpkin juice. It's a little bit more playful. I don't know. That's my favorite. Besides the dragon.
Now, we've been following a lot of your pictures on Facebook, and it seems you've bought a lot of merchandise while you've been in there.
I have.
Which is your favourite shop?
Borgin and Burks.
That's the one in Nocturne Alley, isn't it?
Yes, and they actually have the cabinet
I
from the movie, and if you put your ear up to it, you can actually hear the bird that Malfoy puts into it. In the movie, it's amazing, and they actually sell replica items from the movie. For example, they have the little dagger that actually kills Dobby. You can purchase it there for $80. They have skulls, which I already bought one. They have T-shirts with the dark mark on it.
For women only.
For women. I know. I'm sorry, Darren.
Yeah, there's a lot of women merchandise in that store.
They have like a $300 Dementor robe. No. I mean,
Death Eater.
Death Eater.
Death Eater robe, yeah.
I'm crazy. What's wrong with me? And just like at Hogsmeade, every single store, when you look up, you also see like great detail. They go into crazy detail to have like a second story, like a second floor. They have like an extended shop where you can't actually get to.
It just sounds like there's
amazing.
So much detail that you could spend hours and hours and hours in that whole area.
Yep.
I can't wait
to
get into Nocturne Alley.
Yep.
Darren?
Yeah. Well, Nocturne Alley is definitely my favorite area. I actually spent about 2 hours just taking pictures in there, like going to different spots and doing long exposure photography and that kind of thing, because it is extremely dark. They keep it very true to form. Also a nice feature, it's air conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fully covered, so there's no rain, there's no any trouble like that. So when it starts pouring, that's a great place to go.
That's good. I think it's been one of the complaints with Hogsmeade. There's not, other than the shops and stuff, there's not really anywhere to get out of the rain there, is there?
No.
Only that covered area next to Dervish and Bangs. There's like that picnic area type thing, isn't there?
Right, it's always jammed.
Yeah.
Completely jammed full of people. But yeah, Borgen and Bergstegen is probably my favorite shop. Closely followed by the exit from Gringotts. What's that shop called?
Wiseacre's Wizarding Equipment.
Yeah, there you go. Wiseacre.
That one.
and it's because of the theming. They've got thousands of lenses and magnifying glasses and telescopes and everything all set up all over the place. And
look up.
Yes.
Yes.
Look up. It's amazing.
Good.
The theming on that is probably, I think, like the best theming in the area as far as the shops go.
Awesome.
I liked it a lot.
Cool. Gregory?
Favorite area, Carkit Market. It's covered for the most part. It's a lot bigger than the main street of Diagon Alley. So if you're just going and you just kind of want to be in the wizarding world, but you don't want to be shoulder to shoulder, go to Carkit Market. That's the hopping pot's right there, so you can get yourself one of many drinks. There's a stage there where they have 2 performances, which are amazing. And then they also sell like the elixirs, which I don't know who's buying them, but they sell them there. And it's also the Gringotts money exchange. Even if you're not buying money, you should go in that store and ask the goblin some questions. It's not as interactive as we first thought, but like it seems to pick up on keywords and answers in funny ways. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Okay, they're trying to keep the line moving so fast in there, I think, that the team members weren't encouraging us to say anything, and I felt really weird trying to, so I didn't say anything at all.
Okay.
You should ask it about the dragon on top of Gringotts.
Oh, no, there's Hunter. That's Hunter. Hunter has to be the one to do that. He needs to go in and record it, because that's his biggest thing, isn't it? What the hell's that dragon doing on the top of there?
Just ride Gringotts, you'll know.
You'll hear a great response, which I won't spoil.
Has anybody done Ollivanders yet?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we got to.
I got.
Oh, of course you have. Yes, you met a good friend of ours, Adrian, didn't you? Of course. Is it any different to the one in Islands?
Bigger.
It's better.
Yeah.
Are the effects different, or is it still virtually the same thing?
It's the same. It's the same, except when you're actually waiting for your turn with your group, and you're walking to the room, and you have. How long is it? It's pretty. It's like a hallways and hallways and hallways of wands, kind of like you feel like it is in the movie. Just wands, exactly, with ladders, and you're just like, whoa, this is crazy. But no, the show itself is exactly the same.
Right.
I unfortunately was picked. It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing.
Did anyone get a video?
No, thank God.
Well, yeah. When I was walking in, I said, "Hey, I think that's Adrian," and he like snapped his head over.
Yeah, I was like, "No,
he was
Darren,
like, "Oh,
no."
he already picked." Yeah.
See, I was hoping when we were over that Adrian would have been the one when we were there, but we didn't see him.
Yeah, and it was
very
perfect
good
chance
who
that
we
we
had.
got him because there are 3. It's 3, right? 3 show.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very hard to tell if you didn't know there was 3, it's very hard to tell where they are.
That's good. That's
when
cool.
you're being walked through the hallway, it seems like you're only going to the one showroom.
It's good that they've taken the problems that they have with the one in Hogsmeade and really made a big difference with it over in Diagon Alley.
Yeah, like being outside. Even if there is an extended queue, it kind of cuts around to Carket where it's covered. So now I don't even think they'll be using it almost ever. But if ever it needs to, even the outside will be covered.
Cool. Right, well, we're just getting very close to the end now. So I want one last question for everyone. Have we all eaten at Florian Fortescue's ice cream shop?
haven't.
We've all been there, yes, other than us two, of course.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yes, we've tried almost all of them.
Okay, then. Gregory, favourite flavour?
Apple crumble with sundae, because you can add like caramel and chocolate. Apple crumble.
Oh, my God. Darren?
Oh man, now it's going to be the same apple crumble.
That's okay.
Closely followed by the strawberry peanut butter.
Right. Nina?
Butterbeer ice cream. Butterbeer ice cream. I had the chocolate chili. No.
Chocolate chili is amazing.
Do not do it. No.
Okay.
It's a trap.
So Nina loves the butterbeer one. Just quick for Darren and Gregory. Have you both had the butterbeer? Yes, I assume.
Yes. It best in a waffle cone.
Darren, what did you think of it?
I thought it was really good as well. They were able to capture the essence of butterbeer without making it exactly the same as the drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it stands
really good
as
job.
butterbeer, but can also stand alone as something different.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
Brilliant.
The beers are also awesome too, by the way. Let me just throw that in there.
Anyone?
Both beers.
I will check
Yeah.
those out when I go.
Go on then, quick review.
Yes. Now I'm gonna get them mixed up. The Wizard's Brew that's the dark one.
Beer.
I loved it. It's like chocolate Guinness. It's a thicker, darker beer. People were like, "No, you don't want to get that one. You want to get the Dragon Scale."
They're wrong.
Yeah, no, they are wrong. It is incredible. It's awesome. You get like a really solid chocolate stout flavor from it.
Sounds good.
You don't like chocolate?
I like Guinness. I like a good stout.
Yeah, and the Dragon Scale is like it's more like a craft beer, like a IPA, like kind of like woody taste to it, which is also really good. But I definitely prefer the Wizard's Brew.
Gregory?
So they're both made by Florida Brewing Company, who makes the Duffs. And Duff Dry, as you may know, only comes in a bottle. Whereas this is draft, and you get more of it. And Wizard's Brew has a similar, if not almost the same, as Duff Dry. But like I said, you can get more of it, and it's in Harry Potter. So I got to give it to the Wizard's Brew, though they're both wonderful beers.
Nina, have you tried either of them?
Sips here and there, but I'm not a beer person.
Fair enough then. Brilliant. Right, well thanks Gregory, Nina and Darren for joining us. It's been... And Tracey, yeah, but you're not talking about Diagon Alley because you're in the same boat as me. You haven't bloody been.
Still thank me for being here.
I thank you for being here, Tracey, as always.
Good. So you should.
I'm sure this won't be the last time we talk about Diagon Alley on the show, as I have something in the works.
But a lot of food and drink to get through.
We have, yes.
I look forward to that.
So, but that's going to do it for this one. Don't forget to join us again next week. So for Darren, Tracey, Nina and Gregory, I'm Lee, and this has been the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
That does it for another Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Between shows, we'd love for you to get in touch. So email us with your spews, funny schmitz, comments, questions, and news to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Keep up with what's going on every day by following us on Twitter at UUOPodcast, like our Facebook page at facebook.com/UUOPodcast, follow us on Instagram and Pinterest at UUOPodcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/UUOPodcast, and don't miss a show by subscribing to us on iTunes, and please leave us a review. Not an Apple user? Then head over to uuopodcast.libsyn.com and subscribe to the feed while you're there. You can also find us on Stitcher Radio and at micepod.com. Come find us on our partner site, micechat.com, join the forums, and say hello. So thanks for listening, and remember, be adventurous.
This has been a MicePod.com presentation.
Nice chat.